The protective cocoon or covering that the Big Chap xenomorph from Alien is found inside of was created by concept designer Dane Howett, and we get to see his process and evolution of creating the final film use version in another group of art that he's released from Alien Romulus. According to Dane, he was desperate to get this over the line, and you can see that he explored a ton of variants until finally sculpting one in the garage, which you can see at the end of the deluge of images, and it finally won. In the end, in order to get the shape just right, he boiled a NECA figure in a pot of water until it was jelly-like. He then bound it in rubber bands and cling wrap before smothering it in monster clay. To begin with, it looks like the concept started with an outline sketch of the cocoon xenomorph by Fede Alvarez, along with a chunk of rock that he had selected as a possible exterior. At this point, the cocoon looks to be entirely made of rocks and dust, with no organic or alien-made compounds added in. On the next set, the cocoon is a bit larger and has a black obsidian look to it on the inside, with a dust or debris covered exterior, and what Dane calls camouflage creature details like the tail that can be seen through parts of it. In the third group, we see the final image from the first set with the curled up Xeno, and though the exterior of it here looks to be made of rock, the interior layers are made up of molted skin that forms a cocoon, with an image of Brett from Alien holding up Big Chap's shed skin, and another set of pictures showing a cocoon forming desert frog. With set 4, you can see the alien as it begins to build the cocoon with a thin layer of translucent molted skin that forms the first layers, which then collects rock and dust on the exterior, giving it the look of an asteroid. In Group 5, it appears that Dane was messing around with a more crystallized look to the formation. The detail here almost looks like there's some tiny city with futuristic skyscrapers built on top of it. I know that's not what he was going for here, but it just creates an interesting design in its columns. Set number 6 is nearly what we got on film, showing the raw alien hive-based cocoon with no rock or dust buildup, a completely alien form that has been secreted out as a form of protection, allowing the creature to go into stasis. The next group looks like a test with the cocoon forming only from rocks, dust, and debris, and without any alien secretions. He notes the rings of gradual mineral buildup, and there is what appears to be rust or a copper-colored rock in the object. The 8th set looks a lot like the first group, with the mottled colored rock, yet here on the right, we get to see the cutaway with the imprint of Big Chap. And then we get to a group that looks volcanic, or that it was created from melted rock due to its porous nature. Or maybe it entered some planet's atmosphere and was heated up on its way down. Either way, this one makes me think of the old Alien magazine from 1979 that talked about possible sequels to Alien, with one idea where LV-426 would blow up, sending the creatures to Earth. For Group 10, he made a set with an ice feature to it, while in 11, the cocoon looks more like a clump of crystals. Which brings us to his final film use version, one that looks like the hive webbing iteration, with the addition of stony and reflective minerals throughout as it gathers debris in from around it. And a cool bonus to the hive webbing versions is that at certain angles, you can see the crown of the alien queen in its design. And the last set of images looks like it was a test with various shapes of the cocoon, which I do hope gets a more complete or official name. Right now, the thing that the Scorched Xeno uses to transform from a chestburster to an adult is called a cocoon, but so is the structure that was found around Big Chap, and they really are separate processes, so they should have their own unique names. I like the choice of using hive webbing as the base layer of the cocoon over using skin molting. We haven't seen a fully grown alien shed its skin, but we do see the massive hives that they create, and as they use these hives to go into stasis, it makes sense to me that an alien floating endlessly in space would spin out a hive cocoon and go to sleep. As always, the concept art here from Dane is excellent. It fits in well in the franchise, and I really appreciate being able to see the process and evolution that goes into creating new things for the films. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I hope to see you next time.